the stream offline on the Twitch.
Oh, we did lose. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I can see it on Twitch still. Um,
There's usually like a 15-second delay.
yeah. It's still on as far as I can see.
Well, I mean, it's kind of on.
Yeah,
Kind
no,
of
it's
frozen.
there.
though.
I do have to say that it is going on and off over here, apparently. I hope that was just a spike and that we're able to move forward okay. I'm showing 0 dropped frames, but I can see it going in and out. So apologies on my end.
We did lose your video though,
Yeah, you can see it.
at least on OBS Ninja. Our video. I keep calling it OBS.
Where is our face of positivity?
It looks good now from my view.
Great. I think that there was some interruption where Diana was saying that you think you're an axolotl that is 5 times their size. And I don't know if there's anything you want to add beyond that. And sorry, Mike, I just want to share what the last thing I heard.
Oh yeah, we went to the next introduction after that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we were on Kristen.
We went to Kristen.
Okay.
Perfect.
See him.
Yeah, I had just finished.
And I'm seeing Sean's not. Oh no, wait. Never mind. Ignore me.
I'm here.
You've got it. You're under control. Speaking of, Sean.
Oh, hello. Hi, I am Sean. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Saz, who is a Goliath of a warlock. Uh, and he is mostly scared and disappointed with the choices he has made this very long day. Uh, yeah,
I mean, he's somewhere he's never been and probably never wanted to be.
Yep.
Arnie, speaking of,
pretty much.
also, we don't see your video. You're on the stream, but for some reason it's not here in the display.
If you by any chance hit F5 in my work, do it at your own risk. I apologize. I will not do that on my end, just for the sake of making sure that things stay okay, if that's all right. But yeah, hi, I'm Arnie. I go by the his series of pronouns. I usually play a Soul Wars RPG or a Hub RPG. Usually love D&D games. Just finished up Pasión de las Pasiones. So really happy to be here playing Crux and excited to be in this place with these people and finding out more about the missing children, because some injustice has been made and I want to make sure that we get to the bottom of it.
Remember, if all future DMs, always write your stuff down in a book.
Oh, you've
It
got,
actually
you've
helps.
got the logo and all printed on.
Yeah, did you
That's
get a
it.
sticker?
Yeah.
Well, I printed it out and stuck it to a book.
It's glorious.
Yeah.
We should print them and make like notebooks for everybody. Right.
Oh, that
Um,
would be awesome.
I'll just have to rate the supply cabinet at work. No. What has been happening? After determining various things about the children and the state of the children, and one particular child drawing strange patterns and illustrations, but the fact that none of the other children was aware of anything happening, and the locks were not broken in any way. Somehow, 4 children disappeared from the second floor of the Lantern Street Orphanage. So this led our heroes to investigate, interview various suspects of varying duplicity, such as, the proprietress, the janitor, the cook, and in Melina's case, some birds. We'll get to that. Which then led our group with a good investigation roll, realizing that the locks were particularly high quality, sought out the locksmith to determine what they might be able to tell about locks that were locked and somehow breached. Determining that once they got in, they met some resistance in the form of a reluctant gnome, unwilling to allow them into his place of business, and then a skulk that attacked them once they managed to get in and do their own investigating. Some admission from the gnome, realizing that he had done some terrible misservice to the town because he gave them skeletons in order to help safeguard the life of his familiar, which somehow was captured or kidnapped by these individuals, and something that he cannot actually dismiss the way you normally can a familiar. Which, in the grand scheme of things, probably not the wisest thing to do, to give up the keys to the city, literally. But here he is. And so he revealed that these creatures had been slipping in and out of the catacombs, or I guess the long forgotten tunnels, of a gnomish enclave that was built underneath the city of Cauldron, San Catalina, hundreds of years ago, at least a century ago, and when they built the city. So deciding discretion to be the better part of valor, not really. Deciding that that's their next avenue, our heroes bravely, with this exception of one, but he went along anyways, bravely went down into the depths of Jzadirune, where they encountered 2 more skulks, but quickly dispatched them, and came to the realization that this place is not only sprawling, but has a bunch of weird doors. But before we get to them, Melina, as you're chatting with the birds, they're giving you essentially useless information. How the cook only gives so much bread, and it's always the stale stuff. How the children always have sweets in their pockets, and they always empty them because they don't want to get caught with them, and you just have to watch for the right kid. And the mistress usually chases us away from the stoop and the sill of the door with a broom, but she's so short she can't reach it. Ha 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 ha. So
maybe I can make a song out of that. A silly
Maybe.
song about the mistress.
Maybe that would be funny. We could accompany.
Exactly. I've always wanted to have
and
backup singers.
you get other ones that are just like tweeting and tweeting, another one tweeting over here, and there sort of becomes a cacophony. It's not so much that everybody's talking; it's like everybody's talking at once, but at the same time, half of them are singing, but not.
Right.
sort of like a whole crowd of ADHD, where one is like, thinking about this and the other one's talking about this other thing, and then it starts to sing for no reason. And generally, you get not a lot of useful information, other than the fact that no one's gone in and out through the windows.
Mm.
And then, as you're chatting, a little bit of a lost track of time, you see your companions wander out and start traveling down the street. And one of the birds then turns to you and says, I could follow them for you.
That would be good, yeah. We're having an important conversation, and I'm sure they'll be back anyways, but, well, I think we're all new to this city, if I remember, except for the short, older one. She said she'd been here before. Yes, track. We can't lose any more people.
And it flies off. And you continue to have some conversation. And they're more than happy to chatter, and they chatter at everything. They basically say the bread vendor down the street is much better than the one closer to the outskirts of the city. But have you seen the turtle?
No,
Whenever
and
they
she's
feed the
writing
turtle,
little
there's
notes.
always food.
Yeah, she's writing little notes like next to her song, like snippets in this little book she has of like bread vendor better here and like turtle. Oh, okay. I think I could work with this, but I would have to taste the bread to see if it's better.
1 second. And then another one flies away. Comes back a couple seconds later with a small chunk of bread. Somebody?
Yeah.
Sean.
Oh no.
Sorry,
Hopefully they will be
that's
back.
on me. Give me a sec.
No worries.
We haven't lost you. Okay.
So they held out their hand. I was like, oh, thank you. So this is from the good bread vendor.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And they'll eat it, like just not worried about
It's dry.
where it actually came from. Mm-hmm.
It's like, I found it under the stall.
That's when they make a little bit of a face, like, ah,
Oh, good.
and swallow, and then this has been such an enlightening conversation and everything, and I've gotten a lot of good information for possible songs for us to collaborate with in the future. But um and they kind of look in the direction that they saw everybody go out. I was like, maybe maybe they might not come back. They would have said something if they were going to come back. I think. Maybe. Should I go after them? Asking the birds.
Bread? Maybe they went for bread.
Oh, I thought you were asking for bread and I don't have it. Maybe. But maybe we can get some better bread.
I mean, you could just spit it back up. That's how
Oh
I
no, they
feed my
swallowed
kids.
it.
That's how I feed my children.
And they have a look. That's not how we do it. But thank you for the suggestion.
You do it weird. That's okay.
And they nod like in acknowledgement. And I think they'll like go off to the sidewalk area and kind of like just look in the direction and see if they see the bird that did follow. If the bird and we'll use their pan flute to like kind of whistle to see if they'll come back.
You wander a little bit, slightly aimlessly, and you sort of gotta get a tune in your head, and you start sort of chiming it out to see if you can get a rhythm out of it, or maybe sort of apply some lyrics in your head to it. And then a bird comes along, and it lands right in front of you. Couldn't find you. Stopped.
Yeah.
There was a worm.
Worms are important.
And then I remembered I was supposed to get bread? No, I was supposed to come and find you. Because you said. And and they went into a building, and they haven't come out.
Can you
And
take
it
me to
pops
that
out his
building?
chest.
Fantastic work. And I think they pull out like a bit of candy that they've had in their pocket for forever, you know.
The crumb of the muffin that's 3 days old.
Yeah.
Yep. And it takes it.
So, can you take me to them? The building?
Oh, and the crumb drops out of his mouth. Oh, now?
Yes, please.
Picks it up and sort of has that peanut in a crow's beak sort of thing, and it's trying to figure out how to hold the thing and then fly without crushing it.
I
and
can
it-
hold on to it for you until we get there.
You gonna eat it?
No, it's for you.
Don't eat it then.
I won't.
Okay. So it flies up and it waits for you at every step. It essentially flies away, flies like 5 feet ahead, waits, looks back, make sure you're not eating anything.
Yeah, and we'll
Particularly waiting
diligently
to watch
follow.
you, sort of thing.
Yeah, and they keep the crumb like visible at all times.
The crumb. Look, I'm not. So, and it leads you to a quiet building called with a sign up post above it called saying Gelv's Locks.
I hope the door is unlocked. Thank you. And they'll offer the crumb back to the bird.
And it flies down. Do you try to offer it in your hand?
Yes.
And it lands close and it sort of hops. It hops closer, flies up to like a rafter, looks down at you,
Do you not want it?
flies down to your feet.
And then they kind of oh, I heard a beep. Gotta remember which tab I'm on.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
You haven't rolled in a while.
That was not a good persuasion check.
That was not. So it sits and it waits.
They kind of just narrow their eyes a bit and then okay, and they kind of just roll the crumb off their hand down towards them.
It waits and it waits and it waits. It waits for you to pull your hand back just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes in, darts in, sort of snaps at it, and then sort of hops backwards. Thank you. And
You're
starts
welcome, and
bowing
thank
on
you
it.
too. And then we'll go to the front of this building and hope the door is unlocked.
It is.
Great. Doesn't even do the whole peering. It just barges right in.
Oh, what? We're closed! And he's an elderly gnome, hair all akimbo all over the place, pulling a curtain shut behind him. We're closed. Who are you?
My friends, I think they're my friends, came this way. And she'll start describing each one pretty accurately.
Tall one, kind of gray, but he's kind of stooped, so he looks like 2 feet shorter.
A very short, and she even to me short, I think. Elderly person. Very nice, very mother-like.
A suit of armor that looks like he's made out of tree.
Yes.
And a colorful bird girl.
Yes, very colorful, very tall.
Haven't seen them.
I'm sure you have. Are they behind that curtain?
Yes. You're with them?
Yes.
You're not with the others?
No.
Okay.
What are the others? You have to
No,
describe it so I can
no.
make sure that I am not with them.
Yeah. I'm sure you picked out the right ones. It's
Mm.
it's fine. It's fine. And he's sort of like just basically talking to keep your attention on him.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking to myself that I need to do, and he locks the door. Like, why do these things keep happening to me? All my years, I've been around here for almost 4 centuries. I hate this, everything else. And he kind of walks through, and he sort of like yanks one of the curtains down,
Mm-hmm.
and he drapes it over essentially what looks like a cloak. But the cloak is sort of sitting in an odd sort of position. And now that you're sort of peering at it a bit more in the slight dappled sunlight coming in for midday, the curtain drapes over what looks like a humanoid body, but wasn't sort of really apparent before.
What's that?
Nothing. Go join your friends.
Where do I join my friends and why do you have a body?
There's no body.
Mm.
And he walks over to essentially there's a staircase that leads up into a second floor of the building. And there are 3 large chests in the middle of the floor of this big room. And he goes sort of to the cupboard under the stairs sort of door that is there, opens it up, and they went down there. If you hurry, you'll catch them.
Okay. And I think they'll use message because I think I can use it this way. To imitate a gruff voice, saying to him, "Do you really want to be left alone with my body?"
Roll intimidation check.
Yay! I think I did put points in
I'm
there.
good at these ones.
Hopefully.
Better.
15?
Way better.
Yeah.
Okay. And he immediately loses all interest in looking at you, starts looking at the body, and his eyes go like wide.
Is there something wrong? Should I go? Leave you all alone
Yes,
since there's nobody here,
there is
right?
nobody. Nobody
No,
here.
just one body. You.
Yes. One body. No other body. Nobody knows.
The trouble you've seen, right?
Yes. Good one. You're the bard, I see. Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
They puff up their chest at that, like, yes, I am. Okay.
I can tell by the flute.
Oh, that's true. All right, I'll go down. They'll be there. You'll be here with nobody.
Except me. I'm the only body.
Exactly. A live body. You're not a dead body yet.
Well, sometimes I feel.
Hmm.
Lately, I've been having this trouble in my hip. And he starts talking about having fallen slightly down the stairs once, like 35 years ago. And it's never been the same since. It always clicks when I wake up too early, and sometimes if I sleep in the wrong, and he just starts babbling sort of thing. But then as he's babbling, he starts tinkering some things on a table that basically sort of looks like it's got a half-built lock on it. And he starts it's almost like he loses complete focus on everything else that was going on in the room.
Okay.
And he
I think they just
starts-
make a mental note of that and it's like, well, if you ever need help, you could just ask the body behind you to help you lift things. Thank you. And
You're
then
still here.
yeah, and then they'll descend down and send
And
one last whisper um to him saying like, so now that we're alone, are you gonna tell me everything? Just to mess with
as,
the nun.
as the door shuts and clicks behind you, you hear him, ah! And you hear solid, blunt thumping, as though like as if someone was, just beating a carpet.
Mhm.
It was like you hear sort of a blunted thumping.
Stop, he's already dead.
Stop,
Exactly.
he's already dead. And you start coming down the stairs. That away. Move your own token. Put you in there. And where is everyone else at this point? After having just dispatched the skulks.
I would probably be searching the place.
Oh, that's right. You were sort of rifling through the trunks.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move myself into the room,
Uh-huh.
but that would be about as far as I got, probably. So wherever I can get that's not on the square. Okay.
Melina, in this large room, I'm assuming you're going in?
Yeah.
Just move you into the main, sort of just put you inside the room. There we go. Boop. 3. The staircase ends at a 40-foot square room. Ceiling is about 10 feet high. There's a slight draft blowing into the room from the passage across the way. There are 2 4-foot diameter circular doors set into the middle of the south wall. Looks like each door is made with wood and framed with mortared stone. The westernmost door is closed and inscribed with some kind of glyph. Do you speak Gnomish as one of your languages?
I don't think so. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I don't though. No.
It's a rune. The easternmost door is half open, sort of wedged, and your companions seem to be in that part of the room.
Mm. Okay.
Mounted to the walls of the room, all around it, as you can see, 12 tarnished copper masks
Ooh.
depicting smiling gnomes.
Mm.
And
I think we go and examine one of the masks just because, like, ooh, pretty and shiny.
now, from each of the mouths, seems to be hearing giggling, chirping, and rustling noises.
Nope, do not like the sound of that. We'll step slowly away from that and go towards the slightly open door and
Sure.
be like, hola, alguien aquí? Are you guys here?
I
Oh.
think. Yeah, go ahead.
Where were you all this time?
Getting news from the birds. I know the best bread seller to go to in town now, supposedly.
Okay. I say suspiciously. Oh.
Well, the Conchita was actually very good at convincing someone to give us information, I think.
That's good. Did you know there's a dead body upstairs?
Yes. Yes, we did know there was a dead body upstairs. It tried to attack
It
us.
was-
There's 2 dead bodies in here, so if you need to leave.
Oh. No, I'm okay. I've seen many dead bodies before.
Alright. I think if everybody else is searching this room and the dead bodies and the trunks and stuff, I actually do want to step into that main room and check out the mask.
Okay.
Sort of investigate, see if, because I was very careful about entering that room at first. But I do want to know if there's anything I can find out about those masks. Because it is
Uh,
gnomish.
anything in this room?
I would like to
Anything
offer
in
the
this
help
room?
action if possible. She says.
Nothing but very old, sort of sleeping bag style floor cots.
Okay.
Very decrepit pillows and empty trunks.
Okay. And what's in these little gaps in the walls of feet?
The tunnels,
Yeah.
they seem to continue into darkness, essentially.
Oh, both of them.
Yep.
Can I send Poppy down one of them?
You absolutely can.
Where is Poppy? I can't see on the map.
Is up here in the top
Last
corner.
I
Oh.
saw, Poppy was on one of the bedrolls.
I see. I see.
I can't see her now because I've left the room.
Okay, this one looks like a dead end. Is there anything there?
Actually, it's not. Unfortunately, it's one of those things with the layering. I can't actually.
Okay.
I don't want to switch a map just to draw you an entire passage. The passage continues on quite a number more feet. Another 5, 10,
Okay.
15, 20, 25. About 85 more feet, and then it branches.
Oh. Okay. I guess Poppy will go for the one on the right,
Okay.
and but not so far that that she's out of range. The
What is
moment
the
it
range?
gets to like, I don't know actually on the telepathy.
Effective, I think it's 120 feet, if I'm not mistaken, but I want to make sure. And familiar with 100 feet, you can communicate it with it telepathically.
Okay, yeah. So Poppy will stay within 100 feet.
Look at this thing real quick. Use the side. Oh, well, too far. Do a measure. You. Yeah. Okay, so Poppy says that she can see that the tunnel branches, but if she goes any further, then she'll lose communication.
Okay. I'll call her back. I'll just, I'll ask her to peek down the tunnel, see if there's anything she can see, and then come back.
I mean, you'd have to go into the tunnel a little bit yourself, and then she could go a little further.
Okay, I will look at Crux and say, I'm gonna take like 10 feet in here. Okay. Make sure that like I come back out.
Well, would you like me to go in with you? And it looks very narrow. Is it narrow?
Yeah, it does. Uncomfortably so, but and I'll walk in 10 feet.
Okay.
I can't move. I can't move my token right now because my roll 20 is still loading.
Okay, moving in there. Should be able
Yeah,
to.
I'll move in 10 feet. Uh,
And you send Poppy through, and you want her to go to the right.
yeah, to the right.
Okay, I'll get you there without. Oops, that didn't work. Or that part.
I'll close my eyes. Can I? Oh, game surface. Okay.
And Poppy continues along. Do. Is still barely within 100 feet of you. Continues on to the right. And she says, I hear birds.
Oh,
She comes this way and says, and looking to the right, she sees a big forested area.
did the tunnel at any point move upwards?
Nope.
No. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'll call Poppy back, and I will relate.
There's
Uh, what?
in the room that she can see,
Hmm.
4 gigantic trees sprouting from a grassy floor, easily 20 feet or more tall. Sunlight filtering down through the canopy of these 4 trees. And all around the room, the walls are not really walls, they're brambles, but they're super, super sort of tightly knit and impossible to pass. Except for 2 arches,
Okay.
one in the south and one in the north.
And what about the ceiling? What's the ceiling look like?
Canopy of trees and leaves, and then dappled sunlight coming through.
Okay. I will especially tell Crux this, and I will say, this seems like something that's under your domain of things. Why would there be like trees and sunlight down here?
Are you saying that because I'm
Crux?
made of trees, I understand everything about trees? That is a nice guess, but says I thought you knew better than that. Well,
I'm sorry. I did not mean to appropriate.
it's fine. We are friends. You don't need to. I just don't know that much about trees. Although, does the air
Yeah,
feel
but like,
fresh, like this connects to the outside, or is this like damp and humid, like it's all down here?
does the air feel fresh?
The air feels fresh.
It does feel fresh.
There's a little breeze and it's blowing the leaves around. And there's
And
birds.
there's birds, and Bobby definitely didn't move back up, so it's weird. And like as far as like plants and trees in weird places go, I think that nobody can empathize more than you.
Sure. Right. So I don't know. Maybe this could be a potential exit if we get locked down here.
Oh,
If
I
it
don't know
does
if
connect to
it's
the
an exit
outside?
because there's walls everywhere, and those walls are made of vines. We could try going up through the trees, but I don't know if that'll take us anywhere.
Right.
It's just for really, really large trees.
What do the walls look like? They're just covered in vines? Is that all? What's under them?
Yeah,
You,
I could ask Poppy to go and check, but I might lose like connection with her. Uh, we'd have to go in further.
I am very curious, and
It actually circled back around. So she's
Okay.
actually closer now to you than she was when she hit that first.
Oh, okay.
Inner.
Yeah. I will send her in then.
I'm just curious if the
Oh.
children are there, right? Because we came here for the children. If the children are not there, then maybe this can be something we explore later?
I mean, there's like two passages. One that has a staircase, and one that leads to some sort of room with just like, is that broken furniture? What is that? And there's
Broken
doors.
furniture.
Yeah, a bunch of broken furniture and a bunch of doors, and there's more doors. Um,
Can we look
I
at the
mean,
map
this
and
is
see if you can locate where that room is on the map?
I mean, Poppy's literally there on the map. I can ping you if you want to see. I can ping it on the map. Can you see the ping?
Oh
I
no,
think he's talking about the actual in-game map.
I meant the map
Oh.
that we were given by the gnome.
Oh, of the place. Yeah, I'll point it out.
And rough estimate. You're probably. There's one door leading out of this room in the south. And you're probably less than 100 feet away from Poppy right now.
Yeah.
To the west. East, excuse me.
Okay, so you can see the map, right? Of Jzadirune.
And I call the others too. I don't know who has the map, but maybe we want to look at it and see where this passage connects. I think Saz has some information.
I probably have the map.
Yeah.
So
It's in hand. It's in your Roll20 handouts also. I can just tell you where.
yeah,
exactly.
no, but I also my character probably has the map. In the meantime, Cap, would I be able to make any sort of roll of investigation on those masks?
On those.
The masks in the very first room.
The masks?
The laughing ones.
Yes. Give me. What are you looking for specifically? Just a sort of a general.
Just because this whole area is gnomish, and they were messing around with things they shouldn't have been, i.e. magic, and there was, these creatures are kind of fey, and so I'm wondering just anything that would tie the creatures to the history of the place, or like connections between what they were doing down here and the fact that now fey creatures are coming out of this area? That's sort of the general query of like everything I want to know, but then just like anything I can gather along the way about it.
Sure. These masks, I will give you. Let's make it a.
And also, I mean, there's the history factor of anything that I might have heard gossip-wise from
Right.
50 years ago. But
Oh, that
so
would
I don't
be-
know if it's investigation or history or insight.
Let's
or
do a
what.
history check. Let's do this. Make
Okay.
this one a history check.
Okay.
Sean's still here?
Well, I learned nothing.
Did we lose Sean?
Sean's still on the call. His camera should still be there. He might have just closed it for a moment.
Nothing you remember has anything to do with these masks. You do find it interesting, a little bit strange, that the noises are coming from the masks' mouths.
Okay.
Some kind of enchantment or other.
It did not hate magic as much 50 years ago, so there is that. But all right, at that point, I will join Crux, and in the yeah, I'll join Crux for like, here's the map, I have it, so that we can look at the.
I think while all this was happening though, I would have looked up at Tinda and be like, so what have we learned? Like, cause Melina has no idea. It's like, there's bodies, we're here. And it's just very much like very confused and just looking up at you as everybody had like gone off a little bit.
And Tinda replies with chirp chirp.
And she just
Well,
nods
actually,
like
actually, I need to make sure. Am I still in skunk form?
Oh wait,
oh, that's
yes, until you decide not to be. It lasts about I think it lasts an hour per level. Or
okay. If you're in
Okay,
skunk form,
so
I'd be like, then it'd be like, so who are you? You know you can't replace me.
okay. And so I can still communicate in skunk form, right? I can still, or can I?
I don't think so.
not
I can't.
really.
Okay.
This
I
is a
just
bit of a
shimmy.
weird situation.
You
'cause
just shimmy.
Can Melina only talk
Yeah.
to birds or just any animals?
I don't remember. It's been so long. Let me see.
speak with animals is any animals, but it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
So you can cast
so
it again.
yeah. So you shimmy and I'm like, is this a dance off? And then I'll cast I have way too many windows up. Hold on. Trying to find the window with roll 20. There it is. So yeah, so I'm like, no, I don't want to get into a dance off if I don't have to get into a dance off. And Melinda's just talking to herself for a moment. Just cast it and it's like, can you understand me now? Not realizing you could, but like that it works the other way around.
Okay. So you did cast Speak with Animals?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then I slowly nod my head and say, yeah, it's me. It's Tinda.
Wow. You look great.
There is a
Thank
very
you.
slight in the room. There is a very slight sort of tang of what was the element I remember? Butul Mercaptan. which is the skunk spraying. It's sort of just slight in the area.
Yeah.
Not quite sulfur, but not quite
Okay.
eggs.
Yeah. I think they have a memory of like, this is not as bad as the volcano was kind of smell. You're a skunk now. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been interesting so far, but also, excuse me. Sorry about the smell.
Oh, it's okay. Um, it's weird having a sense of smell now again. So it's not you, it's me. But, well, what, why are there dead bodies? Did we do this?
Well, it's kind of a big mess that we're trying to unfold and understand. Um, I did have to spray someone
Hmm.
a little bit ago, so I guess I may have to be accountable for some of this, but not all of it. And we're trying to figure out exactly what is going on because I think I did overhear you saw a body upstairs too, right?
Yes. Well, it was shrouded in a um something. But I'm pretty sure it was a body, yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, and we're trying to piece it all together. Um, and then I look over towards let's see who's in the room with me. I look over towards now I need to find my character, my D&D Beyond sheet. Crux. Yeah. I look towards Crux and say, um, where's Saz? I mean, what is really going on here? What do you think?
I assume that I'm hearing a whole bunch of skunk noises because I don't have
Yeah,
the
you're
spell.
Yeah.
The skunk starts chittering at you.
That's actually a really
Yeah.
good question. What noises do skunks make?
Generally
What
chittering.
does the skunk say?
Yeah.
I'm just assuming like it sounds French, like Pepe Le Pew, but none of us understand French.
Yeah. So you're right. So after I make my chittering or Pepe Le Pew sounds, um, I turn back I turn back to you and say, um, I don't know. Can you ask Crux? Because I'm feeling confused.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They have no idea that like they think Crux is just ignoring you because they understood you correct. It's like
Sure.
yeah. Yeah. And they pat your shoulder. And then we'll go over towards Crux. Didn't you hear what Tinda said, Crux? Wants to know what's going on. What is going on? Do you even know what's going on? Should I go ask the birds what's going on?
This is amazing. You can understand what Tindy's saying right now?
Yeah.
Oh my. And
Like, doesn't everybody like what? Like it's hard?
I'm not at that level yet. I don't understand about plants or animals, I guess. Um, you asked about Saz, right?
But yes, she did ask what's Saz up to? Where is Saz? I know.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember everybody's names again. Sorry.
Nesh.
I know Nesh is seemingly going towards the scary masks, sounding masks. But what are we doing?
Oh, you can see this passage right over here. So Saz actually went down there.
It's
And
only about 10
he's,
feet away from you.
Yeah, he's right here. And then his cat thing, or I think it's has a fancier name than that I haven't memorized yet. Like a marvelous lion,
Sphinx,
sphinx, something like that. And it's down that way, and he sees through it, and he's trying to see. And there's a whole bunch of plants and vines over there, and it seems he was actually, I was calling Nash so that we could look at the map and see where this is leading to. He can kind of tell us.
Oh, okay.
Right, in that sense, what I will do, I'm going to reveal it.
I think.
Ooh, a big reveal.
Might or might not work. They work? I can't see.
It
Because I can see
did.
everything.
It's a square that you revealed, right?
Yep. Big old square.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
So there's trees. I can hear birds. Can I see birds?
Can you see birds? No. But you hear them.
I can hear birds. I can't see birds, which itself feels strange. Like I don't know. Like so, Poppy has been able to perch on any of these trees while flying in. Like are they real or are they like illusory?
Let me look up a spell. That's the word I'm looking for. Give me going to be, I guess, a saving throw.
Oh, for Poppy?
Yeah. Intelligence. Investigation check.
Okay, investigation check. Where's the stat bar? Okay, found it. Investigation. Doesn't have it. It's a straight intelligence. Here we go. That's not bad.
Hey, these aren't trees.
Oh, they aren't trees.
She sort of shakes her eyes, and it's sort of this weird thing because you're seeing through her eyes as she's breaking the illusion. So you're seeing trees 1 minute, she shakes her head, she closes her eyes, and you see stone pillars.
Okay.
Bird chirping is gone. The thorn thicket walls become just regular slate stone
walls.
The archway is just a doorway.
Can I try and determine why this illusion is here? What is it trying to hide? Like,
Sure.
or is it just meant to keep people there?
There are benches sort of seated at the bases of each tree. Simple stone slabs now, but benches before. So theoretically, maybe just a place of relaxation or tranquility.
Okay, okay, I can get that. If you spend too much time down here, maybe you want a little bit of like the outside world to rest. Um, I'm relaying all this information by the way as I get it, just so I don't have to repeat myself. Also, Mike doesn't have to repeat himself. Um, I will also tell y'all that there is a staircase going up, and there is a big ass passageway going down, like further south, uh, which is almost as wide as the room itself. Um, it's got a bunch of like broken furniture.
I feel sad
Like, I
that the
could ask.
people that were down here needed illusions to feel like they had trees.
I mean, they could have just come upstairs. Silly magic gnomes trying to learn things about how to fake nature when you can just go outside.
In your experience, do gnomes play around with magic a lot?
Uh, not if they've got any sense. Certainly these gnomes did. I don't know that, you know, in my mind, tinkering's the way to go. And magic's just nonsense. A good way to get into trouble. Uh, you know, a lot of spells and whatnot is good way to get corrupted and to ruin the lives of everybody around you. Better to stick
Like,
with things that are material.
my eyes can't see uh Laura right now, but like I can hear everything that she's saying, and I'll just reply saying that sounds personal.
Do you say that?
I do say that. Yeah.
Let's just say I haven't had good experience with magic users.
Magic users, but magic in itself is very wonderful, I think.
I will disagree.
So, what shall we do? And looks back and forth between you guys and the other. Still kind of cocking it head at you being a skunk. Like, just thinking you look better as a bird, but doesn't say that out loud. Just like,
Um. So what I'll do is I'll call Poppy back. If like, or I'll leave Poppy there, and I'll just turn to you guys and say we can either go down here, um, and go down that large passageway at the bottom of the map, or we can go and check out the next room and then take a call. Uh, there's multiple ways to get through this place. Uh, I
Well, our
can't
priority.
hear the kids. At least Poppy can't hear any kids from there, right? Right?
Nothing. Nope.
Yeah. So
Especially now that the
can't
illusion
really,
is sort of snapped out.
yeah, like can't really hear the kids or anything in that direction. So maybe that's not the best way to go. Uh,
I mean,
like the
I
sooner we
feel
get out
like
of this place, the better.
I feel like these hand dug tunnels were the ones that the skulks were guarding. So, either one or the other, but we might as well poke Poppy down the other set of tunnels just to see if we hear children.
Okay. I'll send her up back to the left tunnel.
Okay.
There we go. Map has been
Up and to the
sent out.
left. Oops.
I figure that whatever tunnels have either more guards or the sound of children is the way to go. And if not either of those, then we just guess blindly.
Do a measure.
There is something I want to check. I just want to say, I just want to put that out there for whenever it's appropriate.
Okay.
Okay.
And Poppy comes to an open room. I don't have it in front of me, so hold on one second.
Yeah.
Yeah. The tunnel you came through, a 5-foot wide, rough-hewn tunnel, matches one that seems to be on the other side of the room. This room is about 40, 50 feet. You're at the extent of your range.
Okay.
Explorable darkness. Reveal. I'll reveal this part right here. Boop. That work? Should it work?
Yep.
Partially.
I still can't
Or
see,
hold.
but that's my Roll20 issue.
Sec. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. That and a permanent. Come on.
Okay, I see it now. Can I see or hear any kids? This is
Nope.
coming back around, right? So Poppy would probably come back in range.
Okay. Well, she's at the extent now, and she could move through the room, and would be closer to you.
Yeah, I'll
And
move on to the room.
and she can see a passage going south, which probably connects to.
Correct. I can't remove her. Can you move her to the room? For some reason I can't.
And she's sorry.
Could you move her into the room? For some
Absolutely.
reason she's stuck in that
Oh,
edge.
fair.
Okay, okay. Okay. Is this like a door on the top over here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on.
There is
know there's a bit of darkness there. Sorry, it's on me. Weird. Oh, come on. Oop, there. There we go.
Okay. So there's like another passage that leads out, and the passage going down, I'm pretty sure comes back to the illusory forested area.
Well, there's the south passage out of this bedroll room.
Correct. Which we haven't looked at.
Yeah.
Tinda, you're Tinda again, or you're still a skunk?
I'm still in skunk form. I haven't changed back.
Because you
Maybe this is
have that form for half of one half your level in hours. So you have 1 hour worth
So,
of.
so is it
Probably-
time for me to change back?
Yep, you have probably a half hour left on that form if you want it.
Is there anything to spray?
I mean, no,
Coming up.
but I mean, the day is still young. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we just want to take the south path because we've looked at the east path and didn't see anything that was giving us obvious clues.
I mean, that big room slash passageway at the bottom did have a bunch of doors. That I could see. I didn't want to send Poppy down there because like she would be too far to range.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see that there were a bunch of doors.
Right. And I'm pulling out the map of that we got from the guy upstairs, the locksmith. Like that makes sense. I see that. But the south room might also take us to a room with a lot of doors. And maybe we have no idea where we're going.
What if I go down? What if I go down in skunk form?
I mean, I don't see a reason to split us up beyond letting Poppy do some scouting. But
Okay.
I would be in favor of having had Poppy look into the eastern tunnels, going down the southern tunnels, just because the eastern tunnels weren't making any obvious clues.
Before
And
we
let's go.
Okay.
Before we do that, though, is it alright if I just check the tunnel entrance? I want to see if there is foot traffic here. Like, that seems to be recent. Otherwise, if these tunnels are just here and happen to be in the room that those skulks were in, we could be going down the wrong tunnel. I don't know.
Anything you can learn is a good clue.
That's a good idea. What I'll do is I'll dismiss Poppy and make her reappear right where we are.
And I will examine both both exits here out of this room, both the one on the left and the one on the south towards the one on the right and the one on the south towards the left as well, to see, does it look like it has recent foot traffic, or are these tunnels like just passages that are there and have layers of dust and things like that accumulated.
Give me investigation check, please.
All right. I need to turn off the dice so it doesn't keep rolling forever. 6. The beautiful 6.
It is a beautiful 6. Nothing you can see in the dark.
Sorry, rolled multiple times apparently. Yeah, sorry. I really can't say much. My vision doesn't help either. So exploring seems to be the way to go.
Mike says is stuck.
One sec.
So are we deciding to go south?
Oh, I meant for Poppy exploring, right? I'm with Nash that maybe dividing us up might not be a good thing. Although skunk form seems very handy for this type of stuff.
Yeah, I love that Poppy did a pre-scout on the east path, but I would say that we should just, as a group, head south. That we don't necessarily need to have Poppy that much in front of us at the moment.
Well, we don't need to have Poppy in front of it. I'll go in front now that I'm here. If you all are too, this is nothing compared to the caves of underneath a volcano. You don't have lava spitting. Well, I'm always immune to lava, but I've met many people who aren't immune to lava, spewing at you.
Sorry, did you say caves underneath the volcano?
Yes.
So you're
How
just
else are you gonna
swim.
go? No, there's not lava. There's some pools of lava, yes, and some of like my fellows, we like to have a nice dip here and there, but regular people like you would just avoid those areas.
I'm
So it's
thinking about
fine.
avoiding those areas right now.
I don't think there's lava here. I think we're fine. And I think with that they'll turn and just like kind of like give a nod to Tenda, like again, like still unsure about this form, not understanding you're only temporarily in this form. It's like, oh, you transformed like I did. Okay. And we'll just start heading down the south corridor.
Sure. You're gonna go left or right?
Whichever way we were talking about.
Well,
I
it
think.
splits almost immediately, I think.
This south over here, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, row 20 is being super slow. In showing me.
No, you'll have to move in because, like, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll roll a perception to see what feels better to go left or right.
I mean, these aren't like the usual natural hewn tunnels or something. This is more. These are definitely cut. These are cut recently. Give me an investigation check as well.
Investigation. Okay. So 13 for investigation, and
So your investigation, these are definitely rough hewn. These are recent. Dug through the stone. And there are, in fact, impressions of, I guess, footprints? It's not really easy to tell, but definitely there's more impression of footprints going to the left.
okay.
When you're
Here's a
facing
question.
south, you're going.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Like stage left or So then, yeah. Then I think we should go this way.
Lead the way.
Yeah. And they're like not feeling scared or anything, just like, but not like, rushing down the pathway, but just like very much like as if they know what they're doing going down ahead.
And you come to a 10-foot by 10-foot room.
And it's empty.
Which is otherwise featureless.
Mm.
Come on. Great.
But this is where it seemed like there were footprints, right? Like vague impressions was leading.
Yes. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Anyone in the room.
Well, I like those. Or no, not perception. Yeah. I like investigation checks.
Tinda, what's about that action?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Roll
You're all
20
doing
really
really well.
doesn't like us.
No.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Saz?
Oh, I'm also making a perception check.
Where did Crux go?
Oh my god, that was so close to being a natural 20.
Oh dear. Let's see.
I have light on me, right? Someone
Only I
cast
have
light,
picked-
I think.
Eldritch Sight as a invocation. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
What can I perceive
Does
from the
somebody have
door?
light?
Can you see through the door? Where are you? There. So 11's it, hey?
What is it?
Oh,
It's-
who got 11?
A nondescript 10-foot square room.
Yeah, I was the one that got 11, the highest.
Yeah, I don't think it makes sense.
And
to
it's
use it.
not an
Oh.
investigation?
At this point, yes, let's make an investigation.
Okay.
Because you're all determined to be in here. It's
We're all
like, look,
crowding in here. Yeah.
it's a weird room and we're not leaving until we find something.
I
What?
will help
Okay,
someone.
never mind. I give up. That's worse.
Oh wow.
Who can I help?
Nesh. No, so Crux is
Roll it
like
again.
holding his glowing thing high enough that you get the light in the right spot. Roll again.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
Ooh, yay.
23. Tell me about this room.
And it's sort of
Damn, nice.
you almost missed
Like,
it
where does this room have pimples?
Why
as
is
you were
why?
all using your dark vision, and Crux comes along with the light and sort of the dancing shadow of the torch, and it sort of flickers and everything else, and you see the footprints that lead literally through the door, or through the wall, essentially.
Through the wall.
Through the wall. And I have to go back to this one.
Which wall?
The east wall.
East wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any trigger around the wall that may open it up? Like,
Now that you're really peering at it, there is in fact a small sort of piece of slate, almost brickwork, that seems just a little too inconveniently placed.
Can I check for traps?
You can check for traps. That's a separate roll, though.
What do I do for check for traps?
Same thing, investigation.
The same thing. It's just different. Okay.
Oh yeah, nice.
Ooh, yay.
Jeez.
Oh, there we go.
You are
Very
absolutely
nice.
convinced that there are no traps on this button.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna hit it or do whatever it is I think might open it. Cool. I opened the door.
Nope. Sorry. That's another one of those ones I have to fix. Heal.
This is Sean asking, not Saz.
Uh-huh.
Does Nesh just go up to doors that think they are unbeatable and say, "Oh, how adorable"?
I mean, she's got more than 50 years of lockpicking out of boredom. You know, the sort of like, I haven't used this in the real world, but I was trained many years ago, and then I had a domestic life where I dreamed of adventure, so instead I just, you know, learned how to pick locks and otherwise, you know, do investigative type stuff.
Okay, cool. More like a very curious, you know, just homebody.
A little bit of that.
This room. Empty weapon racks line the walls of this dusty room. Also 10-foot high ceiling. In the middle of the floor, a large wooden chest with a flat lid and iron hinges.
No
Atop the
people.
chest sits a small silver cage holding a rat.
What's in the case? Does the rat look like a familiar?
The rat alive. Can we name it
Look,
Skitter?
and it starts excitedly squeaking the moment it sees you.
I cast Speak with Animals again. Because I believe it's been more than 10 minutes, so.
Yes. Oh, let me out!
How'd you get in there?
They grabbed me.
Who's they?
The
Were
ones
they
that grabbed me.
gnome-sized?
Ask it if it is a familiar
Big. They're big.
to,
Are
the
you
locksmith.
are you the
What?
locksmith familiar?
You've seen Keegan? Can you take me to Keegan? He can
Looks
get
at
me
the,
out. He's
looks
good
at
with
the
luck.
party. Is
Did you
the
bring food?
locksmith named Keegan?
Yes.
They didn't get the name, so when they came in.
Yeah. I always thought it was a little weird that, he's a locksmith and his name is Keegan.
Well, he says
I
he
see.
knows Keegan. It goes over the axolotl's head. The joke. He says he knows Keegan. He knows that Keegan can get him out, but I don't think they're familiar. Why did they trap you? Are they going to use you for food?
Skunk!
That's okay. I can't hear him anyway, so I can't.
Yeah, I
react.
think I think they turn around like, what? What? It's like, oh no, that's just Tinda.
She's familiar too.
Just familiar to me. Well, not in this form, but
Oh yeah, where is Poppy right now?
Poppy would be on my shoulders.
Okay. And it's like backs up to the other corner of the cage.
You're
Why?
very.
Why is it
It's gonna
scared?
eat me!
It's not going to eat you.
Why did you bring so many animals to eat me?
So you could tell us where the kids are.
What kids?
You haven't seen any children.
Children?
Like, you know, her size, pointing to the pointing to Nesh. Or smaller.
Gnomes?
Have you seen any? Any
No.
crying? Maybe. Gnomes, humans, I think.
No, just creepy ones.
How creepy.
They're like there but not there. Like you can see
There,
them but
but
not
not-
see them.
Are they ghosts?
Well, that's what the skulks look like.
Oh, is that what skulls look like? Okay.
I
I have
think
no idea what a skull looks like.
there's nobody in this room, right? That
Nobody
we
in
can
this room.
see. Nesh wants to go over and see about what kind of the cage it is. Like, can I break the lock of this cage? Is it trapped?
Probably don't know.
All right.
Nesh goes over.
Nesh comes over and checks for traps.
I will
And
impose crux between me and whatever this is.
It's okay. I'll be
Tinder, what are you doing?
in front of you.
I think now I am deciding to change back my form, and maybe I might freak out this little creature even more, but now is the time. I'm gonna switch back.
Skunks are vegetarian, or at least like scavengers, and birds are
I mean,
baby
giant
dinosaurs.
parakeets. Giant, yeah. So you turn into a bird. Crux and Saz, you are in the room as well?
No, I would be peeking into the room from behind
okay.
Crux.
Right.
I'll be right at the door, but I'm fascinated about the whole rat conversation going on because does Melina make rat noises as they are talking to the rat?
Kinda.
Yeah, I'm just assuming this like squeak, 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 squeak happening.
Yeah, and Melina
Squeak,
has
squeak,
no
squeak,
idea
and
that you can't understand
squeak.
her side of the conversation.
Yes, Melina speaks Junior Woodchuck.
Mhm.
Squeak, squeak, and squeak, squeaker.
Oh. Oh no.
18 for traps.
18. You detect no traps. The lock itself looks fairly simple.
Then I
Not-
would like.
Terribly complicated, but not the easiest lock in the world.
Okay. What would I do to actually pick the lock?
That would be a thieves' tools check, or I guess a dexterity.
Is that what that is?
Or sleight of hand, I guess. If you want to get. I'll sign up as skill to it. But
So I
you get
think
advantage because you're using thieves' tools.
Yeah. As
Oh,
she's doing this,
I'm
I
gonna
think
get
I turn
advantage.
to the others and be like, no children he hasn't seen, the rats,
22.
but more of the dead bodies out there. But alive, sort of.
And a couple of things happen simultaneously. The lock, click, like a little gentle thing, just nudged open. You've done this kind of thing plenty of times. The little latch opens just slightly. The rat, looking over Tinda's shoulder, goes, ah! Leaps out of the door. jamming the door open, sort of thing, and he sort of like tries to start making a break for freedom, as the door, the circular gear-shaped door, sort of starts grinding open, and with the light from Crux's torch, you see a skulk sort of chewing on some kind of leg of some kind of animal.
Oh no.
With its cloak on, the skulk itself sort of translucent-ish, but humanoid, goblinoid looking, with the pointed ears and the twisted, gnarled limbs. And it looks to be just as surprised to see you as you are to see it. So from here, let's take a quick break. I've had them sitting for far too long. Everybody hydrate, bio break, bring some snacks back for the rest of us, and we'll catch you back in 5.
All right.
Yeah, we're good.
And we're back.
Are we though? What's the delay thing? So I'm still staring at the loading. Rather just quit the delay. All right. Hi. Welcome back. Wait, I forgot to do one thing because he is now. There. Boop. So our adventurers, determined to find their way through this door that seems to lead to nowhere, or this room that leads nowhere, with footprints going through the wall, managed to discern their way through a secret door and find a cage. Find an empty weapons room with a cage on a chest. In the cage is a rat. And the rat has... No, the rat doesn't have any cheese. The rat's asking for cheese. And then, in the midst of inquisiting, opened the door, is another skulk. And it's sort of standing there with its bite into the leg of whatever it's chewing on. And it starts backing up.
No. Okay, wait. I can't see it because I'm hiding. So
I can't see it because I'm hiding.
That
What
is an
do you
appropriate
all-
response, though. I was gonna say no. Oh no, you won't.
Lord, if you're speaking, I think you're on mute.
I would like to shoot it.
Excellent response.
that is what I said before. I say it again. I would like to shoot the creature.
No,
My
nonsense.
Pathfinder gunslinger salutes you, because that's what they would do.
I am asking it questions. No. It's not answering fast enough. All right. Give me an attack roll.
All right.
And do any of you speak Undercommon?
Oh, I think I might actually. I think I picked that up. Let me
No.
just check my sheet.
No.
I speak
Uh,
Aquan, Common, and Giant.
Oh no, I
And
speak
I got
Common,
a 12
Giant,
hits it.
and Goblin.
No
Wait,
mission
You
dwarvish.
speak Common, Giant, and what language?
Aquan,
Goblin?
Aquan.
yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we should have adjusted that for you
To
Ah.
Ignan?
because you're not really. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. No, not a skull. Where is it?
So I assume
And-
a 12 does not hit because they are
Pretty sure 12 does not hit.
sneaky.
Darn.
Well, he's also kind of transparent. You technically should roll with disadvantage, but that's okay.
Oh, well, then let me make it even worse though, 12.
I mean, it may not be worse.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If I've missed the first one, I've missed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is worse though. Look at that.
I mean,
Not
unless
quite
you roll a
bad.
one.
All right, Tinda, what would you like to be doing? Giving everybody one quick reaction, or an action rather.
I think I'm gonna try to attack it as well.
What are you going to use? Thorn whip.
I
What else do you got?
Mm,
Weapon, sickle, staff.
am I close enough to use my talons?
Yes.
Okay, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to
Grab
slash it.
Or just,
Grab it.
or just slash it. Do you want to grab it or slash it?
Slash it.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, please. At disadvantage.
Ooh.
Ooh. Is that a natural 1? No.
3, I think.
Very confusing.
I'm not sure.
Oh, the 19 would have been nicer. But yeah, so everybody sort
Yeah.
of leaps and shoots out this door, and it's sort of scrabbling backwards.
Oh,
Uh,
I didn't quite take an action, right?
not yet.
Okay, cool.
What would you like to do, though?
I would love to go and use, instead of an attack action, the grapple. I would like to grab it so it doesn't run.
Okay. Sure. Give me an attack roll.
I'm gonna move up to it and do that. Attack. With disadvantage, right? Sorry, I forgot to hit disadvantage.
Correct.
I need to roll one more time.
Yep.
Please be nice. Please be nice. 18 with
That will hit.
disadvantage.
You have grappled your target. Melina.
I think very confused with what's going on, seeing this slightly invisible, ugly creature. I think I just decide to like just pull out my pan flute and give. I think Tinda, what is it? Bardic inspiration for next time.
Thank you.
Like we're gonna do this. This time it's gonna work.
You feel inspired. And that will be another D6 this level?
Yes.
To attack rolls and saving throws. If I remember.
It says any
Or just attack
D20 roll.
Oh, any D20 roll. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, it blesses attack rolls and saving. All right. The creature starts babbling in. Now, Saz, you said you have Undercommon?
No, I checked. I have Goblin. I don't have Undercommon.
Who else has Goblin?
I have Goblin. I have Common, Elvish, Gnomish, Goblin, and Thieves.
And it starts babbling. And it sort of does a quick perception, notices that absolutely no one seems to be paying attention to it. It switches to Goblin.
Okay.
Kind of like Benny in The Mummy, where he keeps pulling out the holy symbols until one of them works. You understand me now?
Yeah.
So
What's your plan?
Okay.
So this has all been happening so fast that Saz has been looking into the middle of the room because that's where the thing was, and the door opened behind him, and he's like, ah!
Exactly. And the rat's already in the corner.
Smart child.
Oh boy, you startled me. You
better start talking fast.
It's dark down here, and you could have been one of them.
Of them.
Excuse me, friend. Who are you? Why are you here?
Answer.
And I think since he's restrained and I'm starting to understand him, I'm also starting to like aggress towards him, like step up close to Cruz, like Crux, like.
And what are you
Crux is
eating.
the muscle, and I'm gonna be like interrogator, mean cop. Somebody else can play nice cop if they want.
Oh, I'll just I'll use my mask of many faces to like make it look like I'm literally like Mission Impossible pulling my face off, and underneath that is like a demonic face. Uh, and what I will do is I will also use minor illusion because disguise self is not a concentration spell to create what looks like, you know, like a hellish landscape just behind my shoulders and my head. Like it's like almost like the edges are blurring, like there's like a rip in space behind me, like a small enough 5 foot by 5 foot rip in space.
Roll me an intimidation check.
With advantage. Oh, that's really good. Let's hope I rolled really good though. Okay, that's pretty good.
That's impressive. And he sees you basically start peeling your own face off. And
And
start
I'm
glowing
approaching with my
demonically.
daggers out.
And he wets himself. So it's sort of this, and you're kind of grabbing him by the shoulder, and he kind of like shrinks into his thing. You're gonna kill me.
Probably.
Right?
Why are you down here?
I'm just here. Didn't do nothing.
That's not a good enough answer. Cruz, shake him. Crux, shake him.
What are you eating?
He holds it out to you.
What is it?
Give me an animal handling check. Animal handling.
Okay.
While he's looking at the piece of meat, I am hugging him. I lift him off the ground and I put him back down again. And I'm like,
Kind of like shaking him.
you don't want to upset her. Let's forget about him. He looks like the devil of the depths right now, and I'm scared.
And you notice when he's handling it to you, there's a small hoof sort of hanging out of his hand you couldn't see before. Your best guess would be probably fore shank of a lamb.
Okay, that's significantly better than what I thought was happening. Uh, I look at it, I smell it, like, you can continue eating, but answer the questions first.
And then you let me go.
Probably. Maybe. Maybe not.
Good.
Depends on how good the answers are.
Okay. I'm ready.
Make them very good answers. There have been kidnapped children coming through here. Where did they go? Who took them?
Oh, jeez. Oh. I don't know about any children.
That's not a good enough answer.
Mm-mm.
Do you want to keep your face or not?
Or I can steal your face like I stole this person's.
Okay. Oh, those children. Oh, why didn't you say so? No, they're down below.
Where is down below?
And he points to the other corner of the room.
And there's a doorway there, or is it just
There is not.
okay? I'm not gonna react to that particularly. I'm just gonna be like, and who took them?
And why?
Name. Sorry. Name. What's his name? His name. Give me his name. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I'm just chilling on a beach right now. So. That's my friend, Mr. Pierre. No,
Mr. Pierre.
Mr. Pierre. Yeah.
Mr. Pierre and Miss Sunset out for a walk together on the beach.
Yep. They make a great pair.
Fair.
I'm just a professional third wheel at this point.
You think I could find the... His name is Kazmojan.
Sorry, say that. Say that again.
Kazmojan.
And why were they taken?
He didn't say.
What does he look like?
The ugliest dwarf you'd ever seen. Don't tell him I said that.
And why are y'all helping him?
Because it was fun.
Fun?
How big is the rat cage? Would he fit in the rat cage, or was it much smaller?
Like 1 foot square.
Okay. Just checking.
Would he fit in the chest that's in the middle of the room?
If you folded him in half.
Great. So back to the original question. Why are you guys down here in this tunnel?
Because no one else is using it.
So how did you meet Kazmojan?
And in the caves under the mountain.
Is that where he took the children?
No, he's in the down below is where the dwarven stronghold is.
So how do we get down there?
Points at the corner of the room again.
I see a corner of the room. How does it
There's
open?
a door. Well, how'd you get to that one?
You open it. And Crux if you could walk him over.
Instead of hugging him, I'm gonna try to hold him by one arm with both hands firmly.
Sure.
I'll glow my
He's gonna-
eyes and be like, "You heard the
He's
lady."
going to try to escape. He's going to try to escape with disadvantage. So this is going to be in a terrible roll.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna say
I
that
think if I even see him squirm, I'm gonna be like, running will get you killed.
I wasn't going to run. I was just getting that circulation back into my arm.
I'll
you
just
can
look
sort
at
of-
him and
Through the light of the torch, you can sort of see that the skin is kind of translucent, but at the same time, it's almost like those. It's almost camouflage, like a slug, with that's slightly transparent, but not anything else. It's sort of some sort of weird Dwemer, a magical effect of some kind. And he points at the switch. He's like, just the same as the before, but oh wait, never mind. Sorry, my bad. That's me as DM. There is in fact a door there.
Okay.
Didn't
An
see my
actual
notes.
door.
There's an actual door there,
Cool. I love an
That's
actual door.
and he's like, I don't. And he reaches down and sort of swats at the dangling, the little bars. There's two little bars. On his, I think there's two. There are three little bars on his belt. Sort of odd little cylindrical things.
All right.
I will just
Can
tell
I
him
grab
that
them off of him?
Yep. John, you're saying?
And
no, I was just saying that what I will tell him is that the longer you take, the faster your face becomes mine, and I'll make my face change like almost amorphously to look like the translucent face that he has, and like slowly, like it's in between. It's like, so you better get this done quickly.
all right. So I'm swiping whatever he's got.
Yeah. So it's three different keys, each one sort of similarly long length, and each one has a symbol, a gnomish symbol.
Okay.
And two of them correspond to the doors in these rooms.
All right.
The
Are there
and
any
the
more-
N.
Okay. So I will take the keys from him and I'll be like, I'll be keeping these. Are there any more that I should have?
I don't have any, but there's all kinds. That's why we built the tunnels. There's all these doors all over the place. We can't get through.
How long have you been down here?
A couple months? A year? I don't know.
Where'd you get these keys from?
Oh, we found them.
Who has the upstairs keys? The gnome's keys? The locksmith's keys?
Oh, Kazmogen has them.
Anybody else have any questions for him before we knock him out?
Wait. I can. There. I know stuff.
So tell me what you know. Make it worth my while. Why on earth?
There's hobgoblins in the elevator.
What else?
There's an elevator? Why is there
Yeah, to get-
hobgoblins?
they work for Kazmajan.
How many people work for Casmogen?
There's a lot of goblins down there.
What's a lot? 2? 5? 100?
Dozens. I don't know. We don't hang out down there. They don't like us. We don't like them. We do the running around in the city because we can't get seen.
How many are you?
Oh, I don't know. There's a bit of a turf war going on, and every now and then we get caught by one of the darklings, and things go sideways. And sometimes we kill one of them and eat them, and then sometimes they kill one of us and we go missing. And then there's the ragamuffin, and that we just try to stay away from him, because he ain't a skulk anymore.
What did he transform into?
Whatever the ragamuffin does.
Looks at the others like, what's a ragamuffin?
You still have not answered the question. How many of you are there?
Maybe a dozen?
So let me lay this out real clear for you. In exchange for whatever else you think we should know, because we're going to go down and get those kids, you will get tied up. And you will tell your skulk friends that it is time to flee, because Casmogen is less scary than I am.
Okay. Deal.
Alright. So, I got rope. I always have rope.
And just in case you go back on that deal, do you have a preference to which circle of hell is your favorite?
First one?
Right. So I'll keep you there with Tiamat.
Hmm?
Oh, don't worry, you'll find her.
So I think we're gonna tie him up and not knock him out, because I feel sorry for this pitiful creature. But we're taking his keys and leaving him as scruff in the room.
Okay.
As long as that's anybody else, I feel like I'm dictating here.
Melina's having an interesting time. I'm not saying a good time, but an interesting time. And it just kind of looks up at Tinda and's like, Zaz is scary.
Yeah, I didn't know he had it in him, to be honest.
He's gonna
Well,
faint after
keep an
this.
eye on him.
Saz will say that he is not comfortable knowing that there is potential danger behind us while we move into danger ahead. Uh, you know,
Well, I'm tying him up now, and after he's tied up, if you want to knock him out, then that's fine with me. And I think if you approach, if you say that, then I'll be like, okay, then we will knock him out.
At least
yeah,
we should make sure that he doesn't scream, right?
Reasonable.
yeah.
Sensible.
At least not on this blade. I think I'll appreciate the screams down below. When I turn to look back at him.
What's everybody's passive perception?
No, I know mine is pretty shit.
14.
10.
That was Maria.
11.
13.
11.
11.
Saz is 11.
Yep.
Crooks
10.
10. Okay. Now that I've got you all on your edge again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think we should knock him out. For sure.
You don't have to. I'll be quiet.
I'll just do an attack from behind him and knock him out with non-lethal.
Cool. Give me a attack with advantage. Unarmed strike.
I need to learn to do advantage.
Pounding on his head until he falls unconscious. In the interests of expeditiousness, I'm going to say you knock him out. It's kind of a
Just keep
kind of a
rolling until
biohacking
we do
where
it.
you're just sitting here
Yeah.
pounding on something until you hit him, and then you're gonna he's not going anywhere. He's not breaking out of this grip.
I did not mean to keep on rolling, but yeah. Okay.
Gotta keep hitting him until he falls unconscious.
They see me
Oh,
rolling.
Eventually, you put him in a sleeper hold, clonk him in the head. His head goes limp.
I feel much
Yeah,
more
what?
comfortable now.
What I would like
immediately
to...
like
Go ahead.
slouch again. I'm like, that was scary.
How far back is the other room with the corpses?
30 feet, maybe?
And he's just like goblin size.
Yeah.
So if we drag him back to the room with the corpses, when he wakes up, it's going to be extra motivating for him to go elsewhere.
In theory.
I think that's a good plan. If one of our strong friends doesn't mind taking him back.
We are of the same mind.
Alright. So you drag the unconscious. Doesn't take that long at all. Toss him into the room with the others.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put him
Now-
on a cot, right? So I'll be nice, but he'll be
Yeah.
right next to... I'll put the other dead bodies right next to him on either side. On the other beds.
I will use my mask of many faces to make myself look like a hobgoblin.
Okay.
Since we know that there's a bunch of them down there, and I'll just look at you guys and say, if we run into any trouble, like, I don't think we have to like fight everyone. I can just tell them that, oh, these people are like new joinees. They're here to sign up. Lord, what's his name again? It sounded like a hair product.
Casmogen.
Casmogen. Lord Casmogen needed more mercenaries, and these are the new recruits. So I'm just here to take them to him, something like that. At the very least, use that to get them to drop their guard. If you think we really need to take them out.
Alright. So what's the plan?
And I can speak Goblin, so
We go to the children, where he
Yeah.
claims the children are.
Alright. So you move to the next door, and you use the R key,
That's the great key.
and it inserts into a little slot that you've seen on all of these doors. Slides in very easily. click goes the latch, unless you're doing any other extra investigation on it.
I probably wouldn't because he's been opening these doors and they're not very smart.
And in fact, clicks open with ease. Yep,
Um,
I did that again.
The only thing I actually am interested in is when I get a moment, which is not now because I don't want to think about it, is how like they weren't able to pick the gnomish locks on the round doors.
Correct.
But whether or not now, particularly now that I have a key to compare it to, I would be able to get into some of these doors that I don't have a key for. But
Very
that
likely.
is not okay.
Or if you take them to, I don't know what I'm looking for, a keysmith.
Yeah. Do any of the keys?
Potential side adventure.
I took keys from him. Does he have any keys on the key ring that I took from Keegan?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh. That match any of the ones that are from Keegan? No.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. But yeah, right now I'm just opening that door.
Linda, what are you doing?
Tinda is her size. Bring up the fact that they were potentially mercenaries, like his whole kind of ruse. And so she's having a moment, an internal moment, thinking about how her aunt wants her to really be a mercenary, but she is constantly struggling with it. But having this opportunity to kind of cosplay as a mercenary in a scenario is something that Tinder feels interested in. Like she feels like this is her opportunity to kind of try on the scenario for size. So she doesn't do anything, but she kind of just prepares her staff and kind of takes this stance as a mercenary. So she kind of plucks
That's
her
my chance.
chest
How am I
out.
going to look like this? How am I going to do this?
Yeah. She plucks her chest and she's adjusting her plumage and trying to embody this role that she thinks she may have an opportunity to play as.
Pluck out a random plume. Sort of
Yeah.
look a little rough some of them up so that they're not as clean. Cool. Melina?
Just wanting to follow along, just like, okay, we're getting closer to getting the kids. That was the goal.
Cool.
Is a little wary of Saz, though. Definitely, like, I'm gonna have to watch him a little closer, but that will be later.
Fire guy. Interesting. All right. That room opens to, or that door opens to a 20-foot by 10-foot little corridor with a door at the other end.
Where did the rat go?
The rat's sort of hiding in the corner, going, not quite sure what to think. There's a demonic-looking guy with a face melt going on, and the skulk has been captured, which is great.
No, I look like a hobgoblin now.
Okay, right, yeah, that's right. Now you look like a hobgoblin. Doesn't help at all.
I'll just look at the rat, and I'll say, "Stay here. If that thing wakes up and decides to come after us, sneak and come and tell us before it comes and shoots us or slashes
You
us."
think I'm staying here?
Well, do you know how to get back without us?
turns to Melina. Is this guy for real?
I think so, yeah.
What? How? Take me with you. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know if I want to go down there.
No, you said take. He said he wants to come with us.
No. I would rather go out. Did you leave the doors open?
No, we didn't. But I look at Crux and I'm like, should I go and escort this rat outside? Like, it obviously wants to go back.
He could come with
not that far.
me.
Did we establish whether this was, in fact, Keegan's familiar?
No, but he does know Keegan. He didn't technically answer the question that he was a familiar, but he knew Keegan. And Melina would have stated it that way to y'all.
I thought Keegan's familiar was like a hedgehog. Did I make that up? I made that up.
Maybe.
A
Not a
weasel?
hedgehog, but
He's a rat.
It's alright. Okay.
I originally thought he was a weasel, but he's a rat.
weasel. Okay.
Okay. He can come with me. I'm pretty sure he can fit in. Hold on to some of the vines over here.
Well, if he's not imprisoned, then Keegan should be able to summon him back.
I don't think Keegan knows to do that though.
But he doesn't. We're too far away. I don't.
Well, he's just up the stairs. How can he be too far
Okay,
away?
Did you leave the door open?
I don't remember.
Somebody
You can
wants
just
this
knock
rat
on it.
home.
But if you're close, can't you communicate with him?
I don't think that's how it works.
We're not that close.
Oh,
I can't sense him.
aren't you his familiar?
Yes.
And you guys don't talk or have like?
Okay. Crix,
I
if
mean, the
you think you
telepathy
can
only
go,
works for like 100 feet.
Crix, if you think you can go bring him up and back quickly.
I can
I
do
can-
that. And
Something about that place.
I'll bring him. Can someone check what's in this chest? I'm also curious. And I just pointed out. Be right back.
Alright, I want to see if I can A, take the cage, and B,
1 foot square, so it's not unwieldy.
okay, and then B, check for traps, open chest.
Okay. Give
I'm
me
going to
a
front.
investigation check for everybody who's looking.
Investigation.
Melina's not looking. She's just
Shoot,
very
right.
like, huh.
Tinda's like, it's a box. And there don't seem to be any traps on this chest.
So then is it sleight of hand to open it?
I mean, unless you want to check and see if it's locked.
I mean, is it unlocked?
It is unlocked.
Then open a chest.
Cool. It kind of resists a little bit with maybe age, sort of a little bit of rust in the hinges. In the chest. Rags. A small sort of wooden looking, almost like a little jewelry box. A sort of a decay, a little a leather sack that looks like the strings themselves are kind of like that point where the elastic decays. sort of almost crumbling, but not quite. Which looks like it has something in it. And sort of, it looks like old discarded rags and clothes.
Okay.
Size for a
Do
gnome.
either the box or the bag appear to be trapped in any way?
No, I'll give you that.
Okay. Then attempt to open for both of them.
Well, the bag contains 35 silver pieces.
Okay.
Nice.
And a small gem. The box contains nothing.
Okay. I'm going to keep the box and the cage. I'm vaguely interested. I don't know if anybody here has like sort of detect magic kind of stuff, but um
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
if not, I'll probably take them to the surface and see if anybody wants to tell me if they're valuable. Otherwise, I'll just keep them to store stuff in. I
All
always
right.
like more stuff.
So, and I promised a hard end. So, with this, we're going to end it with the party standing basically at the precipice, ready to open that last door. After having looted the chest in this room for valuables that it contained, and having escorted the rat back out to safety, or at least opened the door and sent it scurrying up the stairs. So, thank everybody for watching. Like and subscribe, everybody here. Let's do a quick roundtable to have everybody walk themselves through an outro so we can close this one off. And let's start with Diana.
Hello, everybody. I'm Diana Moon. I use she, her pronouns. You saw me play as the very ditzy Melina Lavalotl that is out there trying to do their best, I guess. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Diana Moon or Twitch and YouTube at X Diana Moon X. And I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next and where these kids are at and whether or not Saz is playing multiple characters at once.
Speaking of, Sean.
Um, hey everybody, my name is Sean. Uh, I have things. Uh, my brain is fritzing. But yeah, I am co-founder of India's first TTRPG community, Panic Not. We do, if you're in Mumbai, we do games over the weekends that you can come and play in person. We also have like some of our books and works published, which you can find online. We are currently in the middle of playtesting a very fun spy TTRPG game, which hopefully in the next month or two I will have more news about. And I also write for other people's uh, books and games. I'm currently the Kickstarter for Defy the Gods by Chris Sellers is on Kickstarter. I think the new Kickstarter is launching soon, so go check that out. Please fund it. It's a really wonderful game, and yeah, uh, thank you. I'm very excited for the next session
Me too.
and my
Kristen.
multiple characters.
Yeah. Yeah. And on that note, I am also excited. And this is a good cliffhanger where we ended tonight. Um, I'm Kristen. You can find me online on Blue Sky at Kristen Quip, QUIP. And the only thing I'm kind of working on right now is just drawing, just kind of playing with, being creative. So that's all.
That's awesome. Lore.
I'm Lore, and you can find me at lore-witch at Blue Sky or lore_witch on Twitch. And My only hype for the week, which is the hype for the month, is that it's Star Pride Month. Go find your favorite queer creators and support them.
Do that. Ernie.
Hi, Arnie. Thank you so much for an amazing session. Look forward to seeing what happens next game. You can find me at Soul Wars RPG on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. on Eastern Time. This is a Brazilian TTRPG channel, and I have alternating tables on using Dungeons and Dragons. And next week on the 13th, I'll be starting a campaign using Shadowrun on my own world called Soul Wars at Hub RPG, which is also a Brazilian TTRPG channel. And that's it. Thank you.
Cool. So, wrap this up real quick. You can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram and TikTok, CDN Captain America on Blue Sky and the other app, where I am still because somebody has to keep holding the door so other people can get out. So, you can catch on this stream, not just this game, every second Tuesday. So we'll be back in 2 weeks for the next step in the thrilling conclusion of the etc. When the folks go down into the deeper dungeon and find out possibly more things that they're looking for. Every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, you can also catch the sister game to this game, Tides of Darkness, or Tides of Shadow, excuse me, where they're doing other stuff similar to this. We also have a Cypher System game every second week on Saturdays at 1:30 Pacific time. We have a Fallout game coming. We have a Call of Cthulhu game in the works. And we have a break to TPRG game every third Friday of the month at 6:30 until 8:30 Pacific time. And we are also looking to expand possibly to another D&D game and possibly to other stuff. So either way, but some of like and subscribe to these people. I've put their links in the chat. Find them, find their what they follow LGBTQ artists and creators because it's their month this month, and do what we can to lift all the rising tides, lift all the boats, and help everybody make a better world for everybody. So, like and subscribe, follow us, do a muted browser window if you can't otherwise, and otherwise come back next week, 2 weeks from now, and continue to follow this adventure as they delve deeper into the earth. So, until then, keep your stick on the ice, and we will see you in 2 weeks.